delve into my undergraduate thesis title with the title of Repurchase Intention of Food Souvenirs Papaya in the Case of Domestic Tourists in Yogyakarta. My name is Natasha Evangeline, and here is my research. The research background. Tourism is becoming a big part of Indonesian economy, with experts predicting it could make up around 5.78%, and domestic tourism is a major contributor. So let's take a look at the expenditures breakdown. In the expenditures, souvenirs account for 5.4% for the overall expenditures. This suggests that Indonesian tourists have a strong penchant upon souvenir purchase. And the background. Yogyakarta is being one of the prominent cities renowned by its culinary offerings. As we can see, that Netflix Street Food Asia has covered Yogyakarta for its documentary. This phenomenon has intrigued the researcher to study more about Indonesian domestic tourist behavior in purchasing souvenirs in Yogyakarta. So what is actually the souvenirs that is popular? The researcher found that papaya, which is a Chinese-influenced Indonesian food souvenir pastry filled with sweet mung beans, are readily found in key touristic areas, making it a very convenient gift option for visitors. The research problem. The papaya is witnessing the emergence of several latest brands that are gaining increasing popularity among visitors. As we can see in the slide, the classic version of papaya and modern version of papaya has evolved into something very different. And then as it started gaining traction in the market, there's a gap that needs to be addressed. It's really important for us to understand the consumer behavior of Indonesian domestic tourists in regards of this phenomenon, in order to create and craft more effective strategies and also contribute to the academic world in the future. So in the research question and research objective, I've synthesized three big premises. First, do the quality, symbol, inefficiency, and practicality attributes actually influence the perceived value of papaya as a gift? And does the perceived value of papaya influence tourist repurchase intention as a gift? And does the attitude towards gift giving moderate the relationship between the perceived value as a gift and repurchase intention as a gift? The research scope is that the research is actually inspired by a previous study by Cho called Home Chef Meal Kits, Product Attributes, Perceived Value, and Repurchase Intentions with the Moderating Effects of Household Configuration. And the research location is being conducted in the whole Indonesia. And then the research time is from February 2023 until June 2023 with the research object of papaya. Jump into the theoretical foundation. Gift giving is not just about presents. It's a way of strengthening the relationships that involves economic, social, and personal reasons. It influences how people choose gifts in compared to the personal purchases. And then food souvenirs attributes are more than just a product. They represent a place, identity, and culture. And souvenirs let people engage in the sense that allowing it to savor the tiny bit of the experience that is being shared by the giver. The perceived values, in this case, refer to the evaluative judgment individuals make about a product or services, considering their benefits and sacrifices, which then, using the means end theory. Means end theory posits the individual engage in a goal-directed behavior that develop means end to achieve their desired end states, which in this case is the needs to share their journey in the form of food souvenir. And then the repurchase intention is how the consumer's subjective intention to repurchase a product. The variables being used in this case is quality attributes, symbolic attributes, innovations, practicality, perceived value as a gift, and repurchase intention as a gift, and attitude towards gift giving. The hypothesis development is being developed under three big hypotheses. First, for the first hypothesis, it says that food souvenirs attributes from quality, symbolic, innovation, and practicality will positively influence its perceived value as a gift. And then second hypothesis is perceived value as a gift will positively influence repurchase intention as a gift. And then last hypothesis is that attitude towards gift giving will positively moderate perceived value as a gift and repurchase intention as a gift. The research is going to be quantitative research with survey methodologies using 5 Likert scale ranging from strongly disagree to strongly agree. The operational variables that are being used and definitions is that quality attributes is defined as the superiority of excellence of the product over another based on its flavor versatility, safety, health, high quality, and natural dimension as adapted from lean research. And the next measurements is symbol attributes, as it defined as an attribute that made the products to be symbolic towards the journey under traditionality and inheritance, authenticity, indigenous craftsmanship, and the story and reminiscence, which then adapted to this study. For innovation attributes, is the product appeal and then novelty for innovations, visual appeal, and texture modification that become a prominent advantage from one product over another. And practicality attributes defined as how the product is being useful, and then practical to be brought in a trip or ease of mobilization, and their convenience and portability. For perceived value as a gift is defined as an evaluative judgment of how oneself and value implies benefit and sacrifice trade-off as a gift, and then the measurements is being adapted from Ho et al. Research. And the repurchase intention as a gift is defined as a conscious planned behavior to repurchase goods to be given as a gift, as we also adapt Cho et al. Research in the case. And then for attitude towards gift giving, it's defined as a set of behavior towards gifting, such as perception of gift giving as a way to nurture connections, and the behavior of gift selection as being adapted from Chen and Kim's research. Next, for data collection method, we're going to research about Indonesian domestic tourists aged 18 years old and above that visited Yogyakarta in the past 6 months and purchased bapia as a gift. The sampling method is going to be a non-probability sampling. Proposed sampling method with 214 respondents derived from the sampling procedures, and then the questionnaires was distributed with online questionnaires. They are shared from various social media platforms and communications, and also the researchers are searching for respondents in key touristic areas, and then the results is going to be analyzed in using Smart PLS 4.0. The data analysis method is going to be conducted in 3 steps. First, designing research model. Second, outer model testing. And third, inner model testing. Based on the respondents' characteristic, we can find that there are 4 categories that we derive. First, gender. Second, age. Third, occupation. And fourth, monthly income. And then for the respondents' characteristics, we're also looking for residence. And also, all respondents are said that they have visited Yogyakarta in the past 6 months and they've purchased bapia as a gift during those times. Next, we've conducted a convergent validity result. Convergent validity is a way to check if different measures that are supposed to be related are indeed showing that connections. In this case, convergent validity going to be achieved with the outer model loading result reaching the minimum of 0.7. There are 3 measurements that didn't reach the 0.7 threshold. So therefore, what we did is that I deleted 2 measurements, which is Q3 and S5. And then when I deleted the Q3 and S5, there is already an improvement, and then all of the outer loadings reach the threshold of 0.7. And this actually using the reference from Hare et al. Research. Cross loadings. In the cross loading, is that cross loadings actually measures the same concept consistently, which from the load, on the same factor and shows strong connection. So it's a good sign if cross loadings is achieved that the measurements is converging and valid towards the variable that it measures. In the case, we can see that the measurements of quality attributes, symbol attributes, and innovation attributes has been shown that the cross loading has the highest loadings amongst all. And then from practicality attributes, perceived value as a gift, and repurchase intention as a gift also show the same behavior. And attitude towards gift giving and perceived value as a gift has also shown a good converging in this cross-loading test. The next, Forner-Laker criterion. In this test, it involves examining the square root of the average variance expected, or AVE, for each construct. And then the AVE is a measure of the amount of the variance that is captured by construct's item. The Forner-Laker criterion suggests that the AVE of a construct should be greater than the squared correlation between that constructs and any other constructs in that model. In this case, we can see that the attitude towards gift giving, innovation attribute, perceived value as a gift, practicality attributes, quality attributes, repurchase intention as a gift, and then symbolic attributes has fulfilled the Forner-Laker criterion. And then for reliability test, in this case, we've conducted Cronbach alpha and composite reliability. Cronbach alpha are generally accepted if the threshold for internal consistency reaches 0.7 or higher. And also, composite reliability should valued from 0.7 and higher to be considered as reliable. In this case, we saw that the results indicate that the measures used for each variables are reliable, enhancing the confidence of the accuracy of our findings because all of the variables has reached the 0.7 threshold. Next test, all of our variables has exhibit a mean score that reach into the agree and strongly agree category according to the interval that has been made and synthesized during the research. And also for the VIV results, we found that there is no multicollinearity as the VIV scores does not exceed the threshold of 5, that suggests that there is no multicollinearity between dependent and independent variables. And then for the model of fit, we're using SRMR value to indicate whether or not we have a better fit of the model to the data, suggesting that the model's estimated relationships are close to the observed relationship. SRMR values below 0.08 are generally considered indicative of a good fit according to Hooper et al. And in this case, our saturated model and estimated model does not exceed 0.08. And then the R-square metric is a metric used to evaluate how well the model predicts the outcome. In this research, the adjusted R-square for perceived value as a gift has shown that 38.7% of the variance in these variables are explained by the model. And also for the repurchase intention as a gift, in the model accounts for approximately 39.9% of the variance. And then for the Q-square, Q-square should be larger than 0 to explain the existing predictive relevance according to Hare et al. In this case, our Q-square scores has all exceed the 0. Therefore, there is a predictive relevance in our model. Next, for the hypothesis testing. In the hypothesis testing, there are two hypotheses that is not being supported, which is hypothesis 1C, which shows that the innovation attributes does not have a positive relationship and significant relationship towards perceived value as a gift. And then in the hypothesis 3, attitude towards gift giving fails to be proven to have a moderate relationships between perceived value as a gift and repurchase intention as a gift. And then the conclusion is that the study has proven that quality attributes have significant positive effects on the perceived value as a gift. Symbolic attributes also have a significant positive effects on the perceived value as a gift, and practicality attributes have a significant positive effect on the perceived value as a gift. But innovation attributes have no significant positive effects on the perceived value as a gift. And also, the study has proven that perceived value as a gift and has significant positive effects on repurchase intention as a gift. However, attitude towards gift giving have no significant moderate effects on perceived value as a gift and repurchase intention as a gift. In this conclusion, the study has given the insight into the intricate landscape of gifts, perceptions, and intention, notably from the attributes, and emerge as the robust drivers of perceived value as a gift, and also perceived value as a gift to repurchase intention. Intriguingly, attitudes towards gift giving were found to exert no substantial relationship and moderating effect of perceived value as a gift and repurchase intentions. So the managerial implications, at first, we can strategize the attribute enhancement into 3 key attributes, which is quality, symbol, and practicality. We can also refocus communications based on this finding, is that practitioners can align the value message with customer preference, which therefore strengthen the repurchase intention. And then for insights for enhanced strategy. Contrary to assumptions, it turns out that attitudes towards gift giving have limited influence on perceived value and repurchase intention. Therefore, the strategy can be re-strategized to the emphasis of the attributes in itself. The limitation and recommendation. There is a limitation in the product scope, visitor diversity, and attribute exploration, and there is also a huge gap in the brand insight gap. As this research have an absent of a brand specific and focus on omitted insights on brand perceptions and loyalty, which actually could become beneficial for a more tailored strategies and market research toward a certain brand. So the recommendation is that first we can increase the diverse product scope in the next study, and also we can include more visitor characteristics, and also we can conduct a more comprehensive analysis which incorporate more attributes, and there is also a brand-centric research in the future. And that's all from for my undergraduate thesis presentation. Thank you for listening, and don't hesitate to ask for a question. Thank you so much.